first with Cheltenham just around the corner. Joining me on the phone is Pricewise Tom Siegel. Tom, we saw Irish Saint win at Kempton at the weekend. He's now going to head to Aintree. Who's your idea of the Triumph Hurdle winner at this stage?
Well, it's a hard one, the Triumph Hurdle. Before last weekend, I wasn't very impressed with any of them really, but then O'Connor came out and Far West. And I was really impressed with Far West at Ascot. I know it was a really stupid race run at, they hardly went any pace for the first mile and a half, but the one thing I thought about Far West was it was a strong galloper, a strong stayer, but he showed a really good, some really good speed there to run away from the other horses, the older horses he was running against. That sort of stands him in good stead for the Triumph Hurdle. He'd be my top of my list, probably now ahead of O'Connor after that race. Looking further afield, I think those two really stand out. I mean, I thought the horses that run at Kempton on Saturday were a bit wishy-washy. I actually liked the horse that finished third to Forgotten Voice, Lac Fontana, the most, but I think 2 miles. I think a really stiffly fast run 2 miles in the Triumph Hurdle, he could actually run pretty well, run better than people would think. But whether they can beat Far West and O'Connor, I doubt.
And the handicap entries came out this week as well. Is there anything particularly catching your eye in any of those races?
There was one massive one at Warwick on Friday. Ballynagore, David Pipe's horse, who won the valuable handicap chase there by about 19 lengths. I thought he could have won it by 119 lengths if Tom Scudamore had taken the handbrake off for about the last mile. It was incredibly impressive. The problem for punters is choosing which race he's going to go in the Cheltenham Festival. I know he's got 6 entries. I think he's got 3 chase, 3 hurdle entries. My feeling is that he's probably going to do the Salou Flow route. It's the same owner as Salou Flow. He'll probably go for the Burn Group Plate, the 2.5 mile race. It's the same trip as the race he won at Warwick. That would be my choice for him. But you never know with the Pipes. They sort of seem to do everything that everyone else wouldn't do. So there's a chance, I suppose, he could go back over hurdles and run in the Martin Pipe conditionals race there. But look, whatever race he runs in, he's going to win. I thought he was incredibly impressive.
And one of the more impressive performances of the weekend was Annie Power. She looks a really promising mare for Willie Mullins.
I thought she was really good, Tina. I thought she was incredibly impressive. That was a really good race. Defy Logic had looked really good the time before. We all know about Don Cossack. They had Moscow Manon in there as well, who'd finished 4th in the bumper. I thought it was a really hot race, and she absolutely pulverised them. If Willie Mullins has a change of plan, got to start thinking about a change of plan now, because Annie Power could win the Mares' Hurdle easily, I think, at the Cheltenham Festival. And he could run Qvega in the World Hurdle. Obviously, he won't do that. He wants Qvega to win her fifth Mares' Hurdle. But for me, that's the way I'd go. I thought Annie Power was really impressive. I think she'd be a shoo-in for the Mares' Hurdle if she ran there. The feeling is she's not going to come to Cheltenham, so that's fair enough. That's the route they want to go. But if she was mine, she'd definitely be running in the Mares' Hurdle.
And Annie Power is going to keep her unbeaten record in tremendous style. It's another one for the Richies and Willie Mullins.
And we saw Roy de May get the better of Prince de Beauchesne at Fairyhouse on Saturday. What would you make of his national chances?
He wouldn't be on my top of my list. I think 4.5 miles, a different kettle of fish. Prince de Beauchesne was a bit keen for me. That worried me a bit. Whether he, because if he races like that with the choke out over the Aintree fences, he'll give himself a good chance of coming a cropper, and 2, he won't get home. So that sort of slightly worried about me. And the obvious horse was on his own from the week. He was really impressive over hurdles. It surprised me, that did. Wasn't expecting him to win that race at all. I mean, I don't think the Mullins stable were all the punters, judging by the fact that he started 12-1. But that was a really good national trial. I think after this week's events, he deserves to be favourite, really.
Finally, Tom, any others catching your eye?
Not really. I didn't notice too many. There was a few floating around. I thought at Kempton the Racing Plus Chase was a bit of a wishy-washy race, really. I mean, I'm not sure that will have much bearing on the festival. I thought Rolling Aces is probably the horse to take out of it with regard to the future. Looked like a horse that could run well in the Hennessy next year. I thought travelled really well, jumped really well. I think he'd changed placings with opening batsmen if they ever were to run again, really. So he'd maybe be one to look out for next year, Rolling Aces.